We are back. We are back. We are back. Hey, dog, dive, please, dive. Dive. You're supposed to dive.
I'm
Dive
doing
to
the
your
10th
left, dog.
celebration from 2013 until
Dive
now.
to your left, dog. Dog, potong lah. Dog, you should have dived lah just now to your left.
I'm not a diver, lah, dude.
Okay, salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan, Malaysia. If you are new to our channel, like usual, please like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notification.
Ding dong.
Wow.
Wow.
Really super rusty, man. Okay, so that you'll be notified when we go live or when we release a new video.
But Pijal, macam intro hari ni tak best kan? Last intro
Kan,
better,
kan.
right?
Betul lah. Dia macam apa, we are back.
You rather yang orang baca buku cerita.
Dia sepatutnya,
Everything goes
we are
down to one
we
man
are
and one man only.
We are living.
Okay, Telegram. Hello, Telegram.
Okay, on the serious side, JomUnited ni bukan sekadar YouTube channel. Kena ingat tu, kita adalah YouTube channel Buatan Malaysia dan yang penting sekali kita adalah community. Dalam community ni macam mana cara nak join? Tu kat bawah tu. Cuba pandang bawah sikit, mata tu pandang bawah sikit. Kan, ada description. Kat bawah tu. Macam tu Josh. Macam tu Josh. Kat bawah tu ada description. Okay, so boleh join. Join sekarang, boleh letak komen, boleh bagi pendapat, boleh share, boleh kecam admin ke, boleh kecam panel ke, kawan-kawan yang kecam lah. Then boleh bagi pendapat semua pasal Man United, pasal bola, Malaysia lawan siapa-siapa pun boleh join sekarang.
Yeah? Nobody does a better Telegram promotion lah.
A bit rusty lah.
And this is all improvised, this guy. Okay, so I mean, we are glad we are finally back. I mean, after a hiatus for about, I think, 2 weeks or so lah. Okay, but on a serious note, okay, so I'm sure by now everyone is aware of the recent natural disaster that hit the Klang Valley, and then apparently now it's happening in like certain areas like Kajang and whatnot. Okay, so many have to abandon their homes, their shelter. And then also some losing their source of income, their restaurants and whatnot, okay, from the floods. Okay, so it's really a heartbreaking event, okay, and then out of this time of darkness, okay, one thing that really, I would say the silver lining shining through are the Malaysians. The Malaysian spirit, when we talk about one Malaysia, kita jaga kita and whatnot, is not merely just a hashtag. We can actually really see it happening. Okay, we are not talking about some of those, poyo people, doing the TikTok videos and whatnot. You know who I'm talking about, right? Okay, but I don't want to get into trouble. But then I'm talking about real Malaysian, sincere people. We have people driving down all the way from the north to help to bring along their boat and whatnot to actually help the victims and whatnot. Okay, for that, I mean, for all this kind of act of kindness, sincere act of kindness, for myself, you have my utmost respect. Thank you so much. Okay, and for all the flood victims hanging there, and we really pray for your health, your well-being, and also the family members, and then also that after this, things will go back to normal.
Yeah, I think one thing that we know about Malaysians is this. When it comes to this kind of natural disasters, when people suffer, right? I think the solidarity of the people and really, stepping in to help each other. I think it's really fantastic to watch and to see that kind of thing, take place in a very tough situation for these people. And my heart really goes out to these people, and I hope they recover well, get back to where they were, get to stand on their own feet and things like that. So thanks again to all the volunteers, whether it's monetary contributions, whether it's going down to the scene, bringing food, helping to clean. I think fantastic. And I really take my hat off to all these volunteers, especially during, Christmas time, New Year time. They're giving their time, giving their all to help one another. I think that's, fantastic. The human spirit, it can never be broken.
Yes.
Josh, anything to say,
Josh?
Yeah, sure.
Add on.
I also want to add on, Yes, it's been really crazy. I think 1 week ahead, and not only for the people who have faced, also at the animals that has been rescued all over, the cats, the dogs, your pets, monkeys, snakes, everything. They are all lives as well. Thank you so much for doing that, and contributing as part of the humanity, and also to take care of the animals in this planet as well. Even though if you are struggling and you don't contribute in monetary term, that doesn't matter. Contribute good vibes, contribute a year, a helping hand. That work, that goes a great journey as well. So don't worry about anything monetary. For those that are on telegrams, if you feel like you want to reach out for a year, for someone to listen, or someone to to reach out to you guys as well, let us know, then we can help out. And this is a very, very important occasion where topics are abandoned, and we are all here as family. So stay strong. We will definitely come back stronger. So take care, everyone.
So apa yang for me, apa yang saya cakap tadi memang Josh hit apa every notes yang I nak sampai dah. Maksudnya memang everything, boleh kata macam Josh kata, kalau kita tak dapat nak contribute in terms of tenaga ataupun monetary, it's okay as long as you guys pray for those yang affected, ataupun you guys can pray for those yang volunteer. As long as the pray also can be count as a contribution. So don't forget, pray for everyone. I pray that everything is okay, gonna be okay. It's a hard test for us, of course, for us Malaysian, and for those yang affected, and also for those yang tak affected. So hopefully it will get better. It will get better soon. So just want to say thank you to everyone.
Okay, so back to our Manchester United topic. All right, so our game 4 a.m. later. 4 a.m. later. So it has been like so long, man. So long since we last watched a football game. Even the last time we go live, so we are a bit rusty, you see. But then it seems like Pija haven't lost his touch yet, Pija. But anyway, okay. Anyway, okay. I think we have 3 games in hand, including the Newcastle game later. We have Brentford and we have also Brighton. Okay, so Doc, what's your opinion of us missing out on the games? Do you think it's actually a good thing, a blessing in disguise, because it buys us more time, or do you think that this will come and bite us back in the butt later when when everything is very congested?
It's a bit of both. But I feel that maybe in the sense that since we had a new manager who's coming to implement new tactics, and he needed that kind of training time, and we were not going to get it in December, right? With all the games coming thick and fast, so this could be a blessing in disguise in the sense that he's had 2 weeks to sort of get his ideas across to all the players, get their fitness levels up as well. We may be a bit rusty going into today's game because not played for about a couple of weeks, right? But again, I hope that he's been able to implement all his ideas, his tactics, and everybody is aligned and know their role by now. So the good thing is, even when the games come thick and fast, we should have everybody now quite fit as well. We have a fit squad, and everybody is already in line with his tactics and what he needs. So that might help. So even if you are replacing players and things that the new guy coming in knows their role. Only thing is sometimes when you have a lot of games in hand, they tend to build up later on, especially if like this COVID situation continues. When it comes to Champions League time, you have a lot of games, midweek games and things like that. So it's going to be a bit tough to squeeze in games. But let's see. I hope I'm taking it positively that we would have got some extra training done, fitness levels up, needed for the pressing. We saw in the earlier games that they faded after about half an hour. So I'm hopeful. Let's see tonight how it goes.
Josh, what do you think about that some of our players? I think the last time they actually cancelled the Brentford game, apparently there's only 7 players fit. So I'm assuming at least there's 4 or maybe more than that affected by COVID. So do you think that will actually affect our performance tomorrow or not?
Like what Doc say, there's pros and cons to it. Most importantly is the match fitness. We can't see that unless the game was played. At least we can see that. Who knows, they might be playing a lot of indoor games, and also between each other. But I'm hoping that this guy comes back to steady the ship, at the back especially. So and moving into the Newcastle game today, I'm very, very positive that everyone is going to be like a really, really fresh team lah, fresh 11, because Newcastle isn't their best form in the last 4-5 games actually. They has been leaking goals for three goals, 4 goals to City, to Leicester, to Liverpool, and I hope we do the same. That will only show that if we do hit 3 or 4 goals or even more, that shows that our fitness level within the team is up to par. But if we struggle like what we did with Norwich, 1-2 goals, well, we can see two sides. Maybe we are just trying to adjust to the system, or we may not be match fitness, because that's the advantage that Newcastle will have, that they play matches.
Hey, Pijal, based on where we stand in the tables current, I think we are at seven pretty much with three games on hand, right? I know. I actually I save yang questioning untuk you lah. So, what do you feel that how to say that the team will perform from this point onwards, and then what are your expectations? Do you think that we can actually, if just say like we calculate, I mean, if we assuming we go on a winning streak, winning 3 games and whatnot, we'll be just like what 8 points or whatnot behind Man City. Man City, I think it's about 8 points behind Man City. About Man City, then we probably can fight for 3rd place because it's pretty much fifth place. 5 points is behind Chelsea. So again, with the new manager coming in and the new coaching staff coming in, right? So what's your expectations now?
Expectation macam you cakap tadi, kalau katakan kita commit dan kita dapat going to the good run, then kita akan 5 point behind Chelsea and also 8 point behind Newcastle City, which is for me those 3 games yang currently kita ada, Brighton, Brentford dan juga Newcastle, is a winnable game, a must win game for us, because in order nak catch up to that level, we must win this type of game. I don't care about winning against City. Kalau kita win against City, Liverpool and also all those big six, but we are struggling against those like 14 teams, is no use. And that's why for me all this season memang I prefer we beat against those 14 teams rather than we win against big six, but we struggling against those 14 teams. So menang against this are the 100 million question lah for me. Can we really beat this team because of the coaching style? Because macam kata lah, kita ada this 3 new guys before during our last game. Kita ada McKenna, kita ada Phelan, and also Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks lah. Sasha apa nama dia? Siapa nama tu? Tapi kita ada those. Lepas tu kita ada another two new guys coming in, kan. So those new coaches tu memang unknown for me. I have to be frank. I dah buat research and the record doesn't really impress me. Their achievement doesn't really impress me. So because of what? Someone from MLS, someone from Bundesliga coming in to be a coach of Manchester United team. What?
Question.
Yes.
Is it because you masih atas bus tu ke, or it's because of I don't know. I'm just asking. Have you left the bus?
I sekarang dah tukar loceng, bus tak berhenti lagi. Tapi on the serious note, memang I macam saya cakap lah, all this one masa kita zaman Ole, you guys kata if we have an elite coach, we can go on a run and we can win the league this season. I still remember the word that you guys said masa kita zaman Ole dulu. So I now we have an elite coach, what you guys said, because he is a mentor. Kata because of dia cikgu Jurgen Klopp and also Tuchel, so he can do better, he can perform better than those two, blah blah blah, semua kan. So now is the time untuk dia prove that he really is an elite coach that we are hoping he is, rather than kita cakap dia ni coach Jurgen Klopp betul je, so dia boleh perform better. Now is the time nak dia prove me wrong that he is the one yang memang akan bring us back to that elite club, back to that elite position.
Within 2 months, within 1-2 months, Jurgen Klopp, I think he actually took.
Ada 5 months lah. But don't remember, Tuchel wins and UEFA Champions League in 6 months.
I don't know. Okay, Doc, what do you think about your Pijal was your tag team partner, right? The last time when we went to war, right? With Eriton, right? So what do you think? What's your take on this? Expectations with the new coaching staff and the new of course the manager, and then of course given 2 weeks of time. Okay, so what are your expectations?
I mean, he's had a decent start, hasn't he? He's won 2 league games already. Kept a couple of clean sheets. Yeah, kept a couple of clean sheets. The performances may not be at the level, but again, he's just coming in, right? I would give him some time, and now would be a good time to assess in the next few weeks, since he's had a couple of weeks now to just pure training, pure tactical training, with the team. with no game. So he will be definitely able to really sort of get all the guys, to like sort of fine tune their positioning, fine tune their movement, fine tune whatever ideas he had. So it'll be interesting next few weeks to see how this develops. But again, I echo Pijal. These are easier games, and we should win this. Look at Man City. They started off the season not so great. They had a couple of losses and all, and now they put a stretch of wins of 9 together, and they're already 6 points clear. So that's what we need: a stretch of games, like 9, 10 games on the trot wins, right? And Fergie was the master of this. Even towards the end of his time, right, when he had a team that was aging, they won all these easier games, right? And they either won or drew with big teams, and that would give them the advantage and push them ahead in the title race. So these are the games that we need to win, and the next few weeks will be crucial to see where we actually end up.
Okay, you got a comment here by Brian Lee. Josh clean shift, strike number ka. I couldn't recognize him, to be honest. I couldn't recognize him. I wanted to kick him out just now.
He strike number with what? Number 5, Maguire, is it?
Okay, another comment by Brian Lee. I want to see a new gameplay and I don't want to see the same old, same old. Okay, Josh, how about you? What's your opinion and expectations with the new coaching staff and the new manager?
Yeah, what I feel that he does really, really well these past 3 games is during his press conference. The results that we got, yes, we saw the gameplay. I mean, still a bit rusty, still getting the hang of it, but he still says a lot of improvement. There's more gaps to improve. There's area of development. So that's something I like about Rangnick, that, even the win, he still says that there's a lot things to improve, especially the fitness level, because to play his game style, he needs to play. That's why I think he's also trying to loop in a lot of these youngsters as well to play these games, or to improve them to come into the squad, or to at least give a nice red carpet for them also to come in to the starting 11, knowing that we have also aging players. But yeah, I like the press conference that he's doing. That there are a lot of gaps, which we all fans really, really agree on, which we can always say, oh, this is the problem. The defensive midfield is the problem. Ronaldo coming to disrupt the play and all those things. And this is actually all like when you see his press conference, he knows that this one, but of course he didn't pinpoint anybody in that way. But he said, I have a system there. Doesn't matter who I play, they're going to play in that system. So whoever it is, I think he did indicated a lot of players that, there is a system in line. He doesn't matter if you're high profile or low profile or coming from which angle. If you are fit, you get to play. And that's what I like about this thing. And I hope, like what Doc and Peter said, we need that run of games. And it cannot be any more better than the next 10 games, to be very, very honest, including the cup games that we have. So if anything, Rangnick came in at the right time lah. So there's now the floor is yours. Prove to the world that you are that caliber of a manager. And I think the players are really willing to fight for their first 11. And I think people like Rashford or Sancho and Greenwood, these are the players that you see will have the biggest mentality to play strongly.
Can I just ask a question? Sorry, in between.
Yeah, sure.
On the topic. Since Rangnick came in, and what we know is, he likes to play with those attacking sort of wing backs, but we're not seeing such a big difference from actually what Ole's team was. Probably the midfield is performing much better, but we are still seeing those defensive lapses. We're still seeing teams getting a lot of chances against us. And to be honest, again, I'm not sorry, Dom. I found a way to put it in. We've been saved by De Gea in a couple of games, okay? To be honest.
Okay.
No,
just
no. That's a misled lah. That's not a question.
He just want to say, no. End up, he just want to up the Gea. Serious, we got to do something about the cast. I mean,
I haven't
we got to do something
finished.
about the panel. Serious.
He's changed both the wing backs, right? We've seen Dalot, we've seen Telles, but they're still not offering a consistent threat. Okay, you're seeing some crosses coming in, but we're not seeing that consistent threat. And our forward line has not been firing really well. So there are still a lot of issues. And how does this, do you see that kind of a transition from Rangnick, from Ole to Rangnick in these last few games, highlighting the same problems?
Okay, I think this one, right, will actually, how to say, it's in line with our next topic that the full squad is back in training. The full squad. So meaning what? Meaning.
Dog.
Hey, wait. No.
I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
No.
Dog, you duduk dalam gua ke apa? You tak baca breaking news apa?
I don't know. Nowadays I tutup.
We don't have full score. We have -1 player, who said he wants to leave the club. There's one player.
Siapa tu Bijal?
Oh my
Siapa
god.
Hey,
tu?
who is that? I also don't know.
Can we not talk
Nampak tak
about
baju?
this?
Dia dah bagi hint dah. Baju merah putih. Main dekat
I think
La Liga. Cuba cari siapa merah putih.
we don't talk about this. Whichever player who decided to leave, at least he got the guts to actually speak to the manager up front and then to say that he wants to leave. So whoever player that is,
Actually,
he
didn't
has
lah.
by
Actually,
blessing,
didn't lah.
he has the agent actually cut queue early on, but then now, right, apparently now he actually went and spoke with the manager and whatnot. But end of
After
the day,
the
I think,
manager said, you know what, if you want to leave, you come and talk to me. Kan, Bijal? Ada ke?
can we end the stream now? Like, can we end it now? Oh my god. But,
dia marah
but-
Pogba kata apa? Agent Pogba cakap. Agent sendiri yang buat hal ni.
I got nothing. French connection forever. Said, shout out to Said. I never kecam Pogba.
No,
Hey, guys,
one
this
thing
is damn
for
awkward.
sure, there's always a problem about French player playing for Manchester United, except Eric Cantona.
We don't want to jinx it because we got Rafael Varane coming back also. Rafael
I
Varane.
mean, except, currently. But seriously, betul. I don't know lah. There's this bit of French player playing for Man United. We only have
But-
this.
I'll just say this lah. I mean, whoever we are talking about who moves on, right, I think it will be a good thing for him himself, right? For the club, right, and also of course for the fans. Okay, because I think the
not
couple
for
of
the fans lah, for you.
not for the fans lah. I mean, for me, I'm sad lah. Me and Joshua Daniel, we are sad lah. Okay, but whatever it is, no one player is bigger than the club lah. But to be frank, if just say we sell off every single player and we get a new bunch of 11, first 11 or whatnot, unknown players, and they fight for the badge, they win us points, they bring us to the next level. That's the Manchester United I want. Okay, so seriously, from the bottom of my heart, dah lah, dah 22 minit.
Bijal, lepas ni you tanya dia siapa his favourite team in La Liga.
Dok, you tengok baju dah tahu, Dok. Kalau tak dia pakai hitam, Dok.
Jom La Liga.
Guys, we're starting a sister channel called Jom Sevilla. Jom Sevilla. So whoever who wants to be on the panel, please come on board. There's only 2 of us so far.
Okay, bonus question, Dok. Which one you prefer? You
Yo.
stay until end of season atau dia leave on January?
I think because if he actually came out and publicly, I mean the agent already said that, and then he actually came and spoke to the manager. Manager actually said publicly that he wants to leave. I think it's best he leave lah. So because there's no point staying, because even though he performs and whatnot, the fans will be questioning him. Before this also, the fans is already questioning him already. So we don't want that toxicity and then the hatred and whatnot. So if he wants to leave, he leave. It's fine. It's fine with me, to be honest. I will always be the Martial FC president regardless
He
wherever
will
he
start
goes.
tengok Sevilla punya result before MU
Yeah, I will
result.
start watching Sevilla games, man.
No,
Some
but
La
actually,
Liga
I
games
saw,
is 6 o'clock in the evening, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
actually,
better. Even better.
I saw an article that says that Rangnick asked him to, although he wants to leave, at the moment there's no concrete offer, so ask him to
Siapa nak beli? Dok,
stay and
siapa
work
nak
first.
beli?
I
Siapa nak
believe.
Okay. You beli. Brian Lee pun dah bagi tahu dah.
Nah.
But
Okay lah, Syed pack his bags, you can see him. No
yeah,
problem.
I think that's the same article I read also as well. But then if there's no club asking for him, that's the one, right? There's no club wanting to buy him and whatnot. He still belongs to Manchester United and whatnot. So, but then again, I don't think he'll be starting anyway. I mean, even before this also, he has trouble getting to the first 11 and whatnot. So, and then now with him coming out saying that he wants to leave and whatnot, I don't think Rangnick will play him lah. Even any other
I
manager.
really
and whatnot.
I don't understand why, you know. When Rangnick came in, he was a clean slate for everybody, including him. But he wasn't fit.
Exactly.
He wasn't fit, right? I mean, that's the story that we've been told.
It's not his gameplay lah. It's totally not Martial's gameplay to to probably Ragnik's way of style of play lah. But I to be on Coach Dom's side, I really hope he stays until the end of the day, because you know why? We have a lot of games lah, guys.
Yeah.
One COVID problem, we need someone, a good bench also lah, you know. But you know,
Yeah.
the cup games, FA Cups, the Champions League second.
You know, Josh,
second leg,
actually,
so
seriously, just to be a bit controversial and whatnot, it might sound weird coming from me, right? But I would really rather he leave, serious, and then we bring a youth up, like for example, Elenga or whatnot, to take that spot. Just it couldn't get any, I would say, worse or anything like that, lah. I would think that someone as hungry as Elenga, I think he just had a contract extension, if I'm not mistaken, right, until 2026 and whatnot. He will be hungry to prove himself. Right now, what we want are hungry players, not players who want to leave and then to look elsewhere and whatnot. So sad to say, but yeah. Okay, guys, let's move on. Now I'll start crying, man. I'll start crying live. Serious. Okay, the full squad back in training. Full squad is back in training. So, Doc, any particular players you're looking forward to? Maybe Dean Anderson or whatnot.
Sorry lah. So I think the number one place is fixed at the moment. But I'm hoping that Varane comes back lah. I think the defense is still in need of some stability at the back. Again, who the best partner would be? If you ask me, from the games that I've seen, I think Varane and Lindelof actually make the better pairing. But somehow I doubt that Maguire is going to be dropped lah. But with Varane coming back, hopefully, it stabilizes the center of defense. We saw him very dominant in some of the earlier games, right, when he was there before he got injured. I hope there's some improvement in both the wing backs in terms of both defensively and also more consistent going forward. I think the only part of the team, the much maligned midfield, is the one that's been performing the last two games, right? So again, up front as well, they need to really work hard to create really good chances and take these chances. I think Cavani is also in the squad for tonight. I was hoping that
exactly.
Yeah, and this is exactly the right comment I was looking for as well. Why not, since Rashford is not really in form, the up front two play Ronaldo and Cavani. And Cavani is the guy who can do that kind of work that Rashford does off the ball, pressing and cover Ronaldo. So why not, right? Since he's playing a 4-2-2-2 lineup, why not play Cavani up front, Ronaldo, if he's really fit?
True. Josh, predicted lineup for the game later against Newcastle.
Okay, I want to censor the back, but never mind. The goalkeeper. So I
think you mean that one speaks for itself, lah.
I think if we got Varane as a centre back, we can play.
Might as well, lah. We can play with 10 men actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Tom Heaton can have
okay, Tom Heaton, all right. Tom Heaton, all right. At number one, Tom Heaton, all right.
Not 10 men, 10 points. 10 points is how many points he has saved us this season. 10 points. Without that, we might be somewhere at the bottom. Or in
10
relegation.
points is the rating that he will never get.
Yeah, so
Josh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the keeper, and then come along with is Maguire and Varane. Of course, like what Doc say, I will also hope that Varane can play with Lindelof, but I think it will be a bit of a risk because Maguire has been playing as well. So Maguire and Varane, the wing backs Dalot and Telles, I think they have proven in and out to play with, together. Of course, McTominay and Fred. I think that one, with the positions they are playing now, I'm not going to complain because it's not a defensive midfield per se. They are all switching to be on a pressing position. The next two will be Bruno Fernandes and Sancho. Sancho has earned, he's working really hard from what we can see the last 3-4 games. Of course, every time at the 65th minute, he'll come off, but which is a good thing, he bring on fresh players. So I think Bruno and Sancho will start. And the top two, I would like to see again Rashford and Ronaldo. So being that because Cavani just came back, I see him as an impact player as well. And Rashford, as you know, he had some off days past 3 games, but his fitness level is always on top, and he really works very hard. And who better than he partnering with Cristiano Ronaldo pressing at the top? So and the person I'm really looking forward back is basically not only Varane, but for Bruno to come back to his old self. I hope that when he comes back to his old self, the goals will be coming in already. But most importantly, the clean sheet. That's, for me, is the most important.
Again, can I throw a spanner into the works? Sancho looked good towards the last few games of Ole's reign and during Carrick's reign, right? Where he was playing as a really sort of a wide, sort of in that wing position. Since Ragnick took over and started the 4-2-2-2, he looks a little bit lost to me, if you ask me, because he's not getting that kind of width to run at people. He has to tuck in, he has to press, and maybe that do you think it's the tactical formation he's having an issue with, and that's why he's struggling. He really looked good he was coming towards good form at the end of Ole's reign and Carrick's reign, but when Rangnick started, he looks a bit lost to me, if you ask me. So what are the comments of the panel?
Wait, let me see. What was the game that
Young
before
boys,
Norwich
young
was?
boys.
No,
Young
no.
boys.
Premier League games. We're talking about the Premier League games. So Pijal did a diving save already out of the screen already. Actually, wait, to think about it.
Young boys.
But I think with Sancho, right? I really like to see Sancho and Cavani. Despite being the 4-2-2-2, he needs a telepathy with a striker. So I mean, with Ronaldo, not yet. We can see a glimpse when he was with Van der Beek and Bruno, but not yet with the striker. So I think if Cavani comes in, who knows lah? His position may be because it's also nice to see him on the free throw because he also swaps with Rashford sometimes if he play with the 3 attacks. And because of the counter attack, he's really good at it as well. And he really brings on the play, especially with a low block. No matter it's 4-2-2-2 or 4-1-1-1-1, they have to push up to the width. And Sancho is really good at dribbling past players. So hopefully he can come back to his old self also Sancho.
I'm trying to actually remember back the games that Ole, because there were so many. I mean, in the last couple of games, there were so many changes in the managers and whatnot, right? So I'm trying to remember back. But I think he's been solid also, even under Ragnick, if I'm not mistaken. Apart from the Norwich game, but the Norwich game, everyone was pretty much out. So I think like Josh mentioned, I think he's the type of player that actually bounce off, like for example, like you say Ronaldo and whatnot, those kind of 1-2 and whatnot. So I think he would actually prosper in this type of style of play.
Because I think the games we saw him play very well was the Villarreal game, the Chelsea and Arsenal game, which were under Carrick. The Palace game, he didn't do that well.
He scored against Chelsea. Chelsea, I think.
Yeah, Chelsea he scored, but that was really kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't be like super proud of that one. That was like the floodlights helping us, right? The floodlights, right?
It was more good for
blinded,
it was more good for him than anyone else, lah.
Yeah, that's why.
But I think the Arsenal game, the Villarreal game, he played well, and that was all under Carrick. The moment Ragnick took over the Palace game, he didn't do well. I thought he didn't have a very particularly good game. The Norwich game, all our frontline players were bad. So I'm just thinking whether could it be the formation, the 4-2-2-2, or would you prefer to see a more attacking sort of a 4-4-2 or 4-4-2 attacking? And that may get the best out of people like Rashford and Sancho, and also will actually work in the teams with the low block as well.
Maybe it's both ways. The players, I think they need to adapt collectively as a unit to play in the new formation, and also the manager has to know the players' ability and where they feel comfortable playing with. So I think it's still early. I think players the main thing again, I think for myself, I would say the main thing that what we want from the players are the hunger to actually do whatever it takes to be in the first 11, to follow whatever instructions given by the manager. I think over time, over a couple of games, I mean, with the fixtures coming up, the 10 fixtures, I can really say that we will see the better version of Sancho after this. Even the other players as well. Fred, what we saw, I mean, the couple of games ago, I tell you, the coming games he'll be much more better. And then probably Eriton will write a second apology letter also. maybe Jai also will write an apology letter also. You never know, man. Yeah, so it's still early days. It's still early days. Okay, we are almost at the end. Okay, Doc, score predictions.
2-0 for United. Another clean sheet. Hopefully we less problems this time.
with Tom Heaton and Rafael Varane. Yes, for sure. Josh, score prediction, Josh.
I would say we're going to go with a more ambitious score this time round, 4-0.
Ronaldo hat-trick, right? I need the points, man. I captained him, man. I wanted to triple captain him, by the way,
Ronaldo.
but then I missed the window. I forgot. Okay, Pija, score prediction.
I go for 3-0 lah. 3-0. Rashford 1, Sancho 1, Fred 1. Fred.
Mark will be very happy lah. He threw Fred into his fantasy team.
The last time this picture, Maguire also scored. I think
Betul. Maguire
Yeah,
score
yeah,
lah.
yeah, 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 yeah. He did.
Betul,
But then I
betul.
don't think anyone actually put Maguire in their FPL, right? Anyone?
tapi-
I
tapi-
Hey,
doubt it.
God.
You actually put
No. I didn't
No.
put Alvarez.
No,
Oh my
but talking about Maguire, why is it that Ralph Rangnick doesn't change the captain now? Why? Is it because of
I
the
think
what?
it's a bit of a stability thing lah. You cannot simply change the captain, even
Yeah.
though you're a new manager coming in, right? The last thing you want to do is change the captain and get a lot of people on the wrong side of you.
Yeah, and then
I think it's
probably-
best to keep it as
That-
not
that-
mid-season lah, not mid-season
There were
anyway.
cases also in other teams also. The captain doesn't even perform, sits on the bench, but he's still the captain of the club. So it's like what Arsenal is facing about Aubameyang. That one is a disciplinary action, so they stripped off lah. And I think that one,
that one because of issues.
yeah,
But,
Yeah,
as much I think if anyone want to do it, I think it will be not in the right mind to to impact the club, to impact the
At
the
the
stature
moment,
of
yeah,
it
true,
and things like
true,
that lah.
true,
So I think
But
just to give
that-
that
does
benefit
it-
of the
that-
doubt lah, I guess.
Does it mean that Maguire is too what, bigger than the club? Meaning that kalau kita strip the captain, club akan huru-hara.
No,
The
I don't think
No
it's
lah,
that, Tijal. I don't think it's
stability
that.
lah,
But the
I would say.
captaincy, right, is a very important thing. Not only as the symbol of the club, number one, the symbol of players on the pitch, number two, right? And if you're going to come in and strip a captain of his captaincy, and then he's going to be a regular player under another captain, it can have a lot of issues. Right? So there must be a particular reason if you want to strip a person of a captaincy lah. Now he's been chosen as the captain. You don't want to just simply strip him. For what reason? He's not performing. That's not a reason for you to strip a person of captaincy, because a lot of
Yes,
people
I
go through
think that's
ups and
the
downs,
reason.
We have
think-
a comment by Hakim. Changing captaincy is least thing to do mid-season, which I totally agree.
So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then-
like, if you want to change, it will be next season, and there will be there should be a proper reason for it as to why you're changing the captaincy, whether there's a more suitable candidate or things like that. They won't simply change the captaincy.
But
to be honest.
if you look at the current squad also, we have what? Lots of players are much better captaincy than Maguire right now, right? You have De Gea, you have what? Varane or Lindelof, if you want to put it in the frame. Right?
He just had to, he has to have his tag team partner
Just
lah.
start
That's
at
the
least
thing.
for Ronaldo lah. You put Varane and
Ronaldo
Lindelof
lah.
again.
You have to.
It's-
Yeah.
We have De Gea, we have Ronaldo. What if you want to put it? We have Rashford. Even Rashford also much better player than Maguire.
But in a way, right? I mean, on a serious note, in a way, right? If you think about it, right, for a manager to come in and actually do all this kind of stuff, usually one thing I think they will be driven by their ego to say that, I'm a ruthless manager. I'll do whatever it takes and whatnot. So in a way, it's a good thing that Rangnick comes in, right? He actually focuses more on like changing the way that we are playing instead of doing all this kind of stuff. So I think it's a good thing at the moment to actually just maintain the captaincy and whatnot. We all know who is the real captain on the pitch. So it's fine. I think it's fine.
But then-
I think
but then-
if he's not performing, and you can drop him. You can drop him from the
Yes.
starting lineup,
Betul.
yes.
Betul.
And for that particular game, you choose a different captain. But you're not going to strip him of the captaincy
Yes,
just
yes,
because
true.
he's not performing.
Correct.
No. For me, my biggest issue is that because of dia adalah Maguire is our captain, menyebabkan dia dipaksa bermain tau, walaupun dia tak perform. Macam much like masa Ole dulu kan. Because of dia tak perform, dia impact the team tau. Maksudnya because Ole has to play him because he is the captain of the club.
Yeah,
Tau.
I agree.
That's my biggest issue tu.
Yeah,
on
so
that
again,
part.
that's why I said, you should be clear that I'm not going to strip you the captaincy, but if you don't perform, and if the other defenders are performing better than you have to sit the bench.
Yes. We have to
And
see
if
lah.
it goes-
This is
Yeah,
something that
again,
we have to
that
see.
needs a strong manager lah. Probably
Yeah.
Ole wasn't strong enough to do it. For me, I think the initial choice as Maguire as captain was already wrong. He was a new player coming in. There was no reason to make him captain. You're telling me there was no other player at United at that point of time who could have been captain? No way.
No, because
you can't say he was a strong personality.
Dog,
No.
because at
It's the
that
wrong
time, Pijol,
Yeah.
Pjole, that was his marquee signing, Ole's marquee signing. So I think in a way he's trying to make a statement and whatnot lah. Probably.
Yeah, but
For me, there was the wrong choice in the first place lah.
Yeah, historically also, like other teams, like even Fernandinho was benched throughout, and he was the captain of the club. Wes Morgan also, he was captain of the club. He was benched. He's still there. And then Henderson, from one time at Liverpool, he was also benched. You know that it can happen. They can, even if you're a captain of club, you are benched, and I think Ragnick can make these kind of decisions moving forward. And I think it's a list of the problem we have now, lah. To be very honest,
Yeah.
you know,
I think
stripping off
for
captain and
United,
create all that.
even for United, I think Gary Neville sat on the bench when he was captain.
Yep.
He was club captain. He wasn't performing. He knew it. And when he was benched, he didn't make a noise, but he was still captain.
Clean slate lah, guys. Basically, everyone starts. No, like
We have
seriously,
a
everyone
clean slate.
starts with a clean shave and a clean slate. That's the
Yeah.
yeah, but then, yeah, definitely, because I think Maguire, he hasn't been that how to say, bad ever since he started playing with Ralph Rangnick, right? So I think it's to be seen lah. The coming games, if he does, return to his old ways and whatnot, I'm sure Ralph will actually bench him lah. So we'll wait and see lah. So hold your comment first, Pijal. I know you masih tengah tekan loceng dalam bas. But anyway, guys, we'll be live tomorrow at 10 p.m. for our post-match reaction of the Newcastle-Manchester United game. So join us tomorrow. Okay, like usual, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.
With a win.